So going ahead and just taking time to settle in, allowing yourself to be fully supported by the surface you're on. Noticing the textures of the surface. If you're laying on blankets or on a bed, perhaps you're on the earth or a floor. And even if you're resting against a wall, notice the contact points with that wall, where your body meets the earth or where your body meets the supports that are available to it. Just being aware of what shows up. And as we move into this practice today, we're going to connect with the idea of being grounded, of being earthed. And so being aware of how we meet the earth also allows us to notice where the earth rises up to meet us, where she's holding us. And the earth itself can be like a gentle nest, comforting, allowing us to release just a little more, knowing we are held in this moment. And so breathing in, allow yourself to sigh out and see if you can release just a little more. Maybe it's 20%, maybe it's 5%. Just knowing what in this moment you have to let go of. And then take a few more breaths at your own pace, noticing the rhythm of your breath, where it moves to in the body, the rise and fall, how the body itself interacts with the breath, how it receives it and how it releases it. And when you think of breath, what words come to mind? For some, it is that word breath. For others, it is awen or chi, ashe or prana. Just noticing. Maybe there's another word. Could even be wind or air. And as we move through this practice, let's connect with a sense of gentle curiosity. There are no rights or wrongs. This is your practice and it's perfect just as it is. Continuing to breathe at your own pace. And noticing how the body is responding to the practice itself, what physical sensations are arising as you get settled in. Again, cultivating that gentle curiosity, a sense of neutrality, without attaching preference or aversion to any particular sensation, or trying to enhance one experience we think is positive or push away something we think is negative. Shifting away from these binaries. And connecting with the sense of rootedness, of being earthed in this moment. Feel into your bones themselves. The bones create the structure for the body, that sense of stability. The bones outlast almost every other part of the body. For millennia, we can still find them. And eventually, when they break down, they return to the dust. They return to the earth herself. So noticing that structure of your body in this moment. Continuing to breathe comfortably and at your own pace. And as we move through the body, noticing that sense of earth within us, the bones, the skeletal system, and noticing the earth rising up to meet us. And imagine you could grow roots down into the earth, connecting the two, like neural pathways or well-worn roads. Feeling that sense of body and earth in constant relationship. We're going to begin to travel through the body, and as we do so, know that at some point you might lose focus or attention. That's how brains work. It's fine. Just pick back up wherever your awareness rises again. Let's take one more breath in. Nice, easy exhale. And then beginning to bring your awareness to the tip-top of your head, the top of the skull. Down along the back of the head and the sides. The nape of the neck, the cheekbones and the jaw. The teeth in the mouth, the tip of the chin, the tip of the nose. The space between the eyebrows, the eye sockets themselves. The bridge of the nose and the nostrils, all the way out to the ears, the cartilage and bone within the ears. And as you take a breath, notice if there's space for more release here, allowing the head to be heavy. Moving your awareness now down through the vertebra and the neck, both sides of the neck and front and back. The space between the collarbones. And across the right collarbone to the right shoulder joint, down the right upper arm, the lower arm, the back of the hands and the palm of the hands, all the bones running along the inside of the hands, delicate, weaving with muscle, with nerves, and all the way up into the finger bones, the thumb, pointer, middle, ring, and pinky, and even the nails themselves. And back up through the knuckles to the wrist, the right elbow, the right armpit, and across once more, that right collarbone to the space between the collarbones. Take another breath here. And allow awareness to move across the left collarbone to the left shoulder joint, the upper arm, the lower arm, the back of the hand and the palm of the hand, each muscle and bone within the hand, allowing us to flex and connect with the world. Down through the thumb and the pointer finger, the middle finger, the pinky, and the ring finger. And the nails of the finger, that sense of hardness and growth present. Even the awareness of the tips of the nails, and sometimes there are little white spots on the nails themselves, giving us information about our journey. Take a breath here, and move your awareness back up through the wrist, the left elbow and armpit, across both sides of the chest, the rib cage, spreading out almost as though the ribs are our wings, and how they wrap around the sides and the upper back to the shoulder blades, the spot between the shoulder blades, and then back through to the heart center, the middle of the sternum. Take a full-hearted breath here, connecting with your core essence. And let your awareness flow down through the solar plexus, the upper diaphragm, the sides of the waist, all the way back to the mid-back, down the vertebra to the low back, around the muscles of the low back, connecting with the gut, the belly, and the belly button, down through the lower abdomen and the pelvic bowl, into the pelvic girdle, the bones that support those organs, even the sacrum itself. And then bringing your awareness now down through the left upper leg, the lower leg, the heel and the tops of the feet, the bottom of the feet, the bones running across the feet, flexing and allowing us to connect with the earth beneath us. The toes, big, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And the nails on the toes, the growth. And then awareness moves back up through the ankles and all the delicate bones in the ankles, up to the knee and the right hip. Once more to the base of the pelvic girdle, breathing fully into your pelvic bowl. Allowing awareness to come over to the right hip now, through the right upper leg and lower leg, the ankle, the tops of the feet, and the soles of the feet. All the bones within the feet, connecting from the heel up through, flexing, gentle movement. Our feet support us all day, allowing us to connect with earth, allowing us to move through the world. So noticing how each foot is showing up. And then bringing your awareness to the right big toe, second, third, fourth, and fifth. All the muscles and the knuckles and the bones and the toes, the nails. And bringing your awareness now to both feet together, the wholeness of both feet. And then to both legs together. And now to the feet and legs in full connection with one another. Awareness now comes up to the pelvic girdle, to the muscles and bones in the pelvis, up through the torso, through the vertebra, through all the organs within that core part of the body. The rib cage and the lungs beneath, the heart, all the way up to the shoulder girdle, that point where the shoulders and the arms meet. And your entire trunk, your entire torso together all at once in this moment. And awareness comes to both arms, left and right. The wholeness of each arm, each hand, individual and yet connected to the other, connected to the arms themselves, flexible, allowing us movement. And bringing awareness now to the arms and to the torso. In connection, complete. Moving up through the tops of the shoulders, through the upper part of that neck to the skull in all of its wholeness. The head, how it connects us with our sense of sound, of vocalization, of smell, and of taste. So much of our perceptual experience of the world exists here in this skull that nurtures all of these organs. And then bring a sense of wholeness to the entire body, head and torso, arms and legs, the feet and the hands. Every bit of yourself resting on earth or resting against support in this moment. Feeling the stability and the heaviness of the bones themselves. Taking a breath in as though they could be nourished with your breath. And then as you release into earth, as though heaviness and relaxation could find the bones themselves, the entire skeletal system. Bringing your awareness now to the earth beneath. Even if you're in a building, maybe you're on an upper floor, being aware of how those rootlets can connect down to the earth. Gravity holding us in loving embrace. Feeling into the nourishment that the earth herself has for us. The dirt and the dust that help to germinate all of the plants, the seeds, and how the earth nourishes all the vegetable life. And then it shares its strength, its wisdom up through the trunk and the stalks of all of this vegetation. Just as it shares its wisdom up through us, through our entire being. The earth is our oldest ancestor. She holds our memories, our stories. She loves us through all seasons. And yet the earth is not just groundedness, right? The senses of air, of earth, of fire and water, all of them actually exist within the earth. We have the fire of volcanoes and the magma beneath the earth's crust, at times erupting up through in beautiful and terrifying ways, connecting us with our sense of passion, of aliveness that sometimes can feel a little scary, a little overwhelming. But then remembering that the lava hardens and becomes connected once more with earth, the mountains that we create. And beneath that crust as well, there are oceans and water. Expanses of movement, of fluidity. And so even as we think of the earth as this dirt, as this ground, water courses through her, nourishing, holding us steady, even as water courses through your body. Allowing yourself in this moment to connect with a sense of flow, of movement from within and without. And within the earth, throughout this dirt, there are pockets of air. And this aeration is actually what allows plants and vegetation to grow, as though the earth herself were breathing and sighing. Feeling into these elements, each one present, both within you and within the earth. And as you take a breath in, release back, feeling this connection with this ancestor who's held not only us, but holds our ancestors, sharing her wisdom with those who've come before. And begin in this moment to connect once more with your sense of groundedness, of being held here, secure, in this nest of gravity that is so loving. When we're feeling unsettled, when we're feeling worn out, we can release all of this back to earth, and not only does she receive it, but she restores us, sharing her strength back up through these rootlets, up into our body, into our soul. Feeling that sense of vibration of that movement back and forth in this moment. Feeling how you are held, how precious you are, how deeply you are loved in this moment. And beginning to breathe in. Once more, feeling the breath move through the body. In whatever way you connect with breath, Awen or Ashe, Prana or Chi. And as you breathe into the body, you connect with the air around you. You begin to notice sounds that are present. Some subtle, some more obvious. Those that are near and far. Inviting a sense of curiosity about how sound wraps around you as well. Noticing any tastes or smells that are present. How the textures against the body, how the sense of the room around you or the environment around you begins to become more alive as we bring our awareness slowly back into the conscious moment. And if the eyes are closed, even noticing the light behind the eyes, that gives us so much information. Even if the eyes are gently lowered with a soft gaze, the color and the shape, even without focusing, that can be alive and present within us. When you're ready, begin to flex and circle wrists, maybe stretch out or wiggle fingers and toes, feeling into all of these bones that allow us to be both settled and to move with grace through the world. the magic that is our skeletal system that somehow just works. Sometimes it works better than others. And beginning to feel into stretches or movement that is gentle and loving. Some like to move their head from side to side or bring the arms up above the head. Just noticing what serves your body in this moment. And when you're ready, begin to let the eyes flutter open, blending the inner world and the outer world. And so it is. This grounded and earthed Nidra is complete.